Speaking of fun, time now to bring in Mike Salk from the Seattle Sports Show, the Brock and Salk Show. Mike, I understand as I listened to you this morning at 6 a.m., we thank you for joining us, Mike, because we understand you're battling a taste bud injury, so we appreciate you fighting through the pain to join us here.
Yeah, I'm injured. But I post. I mean, I'm not one of these guys that won't make it out there. I'm dealing with an inflamed taste bud, Chris, and when you talk for a living, as you know, that can be a real challenge. So
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Huh?
I didn't even know that was a thing. You could get an inflamed taste bud. How does that happen?
I don't actually know if that's what it is, but I got some sort of a bump on my tongue, and it's driving me crazy. So it might as well be that. That's what my wife said. So I'm going with whatever she says.
Okay, we had Brock on the show. We had Moore on the show, and all of a sudden Mike gets on the show, Jake, and look at the set behind him. It's like he gets the #1 set. They've been hiding this set the whole time, and Mike jumps on and boom, bringing out the big guns today, Mike.
Well, you have to request the set. I mean, By the way, don't make me say set. It's very hard to say my S's right now with this inflamed tongue. So okay. I'm doing the best I can, but set is not a good word for me.
Well, I think we're all trying to do the best we can right now, Mike. The Mariners swept by the Padres. It was a very, very rough weekend at T-Mobile Park. Let's just begin there. How concerning was this? And just one hit on Sunday for the Seattle Mariners, Mike.
I'm actually impressed they managed to find a way to score 3 runs on just one hit that wasn't a home run. It was a terrible weekend. There's no other way to sugarcoat that. It really was a bad weekend for the Mariners. They didn't hit. They get shut out Friday. They did score 7 runs over 2 games Saturday and Sunday, but all 7 runs came after they were badly out of the game. It was a largely non-competitive weekend for them, and there have been too many of those so far this year. It's why they're 4 games below 500, by the way. If you take the Astros games away, they are 15-25 this year.
Yeah, 7-1
if you take away the 8 games against the Astros. So, there's some real challenges. 0-6 against a good team like the Padres. All of those things are very real problems in their lineup, real problems with the pitching, real problems, maybe very real problems in your bullpen. And no one should, look away from those. They're all very real. The flip side to that is, despite all of that, they're 2 games out because the American League West stinks. So they really can afford to tread water a lot longer this year than most others because there's just nobody else who's much of a threat in their division.
Yeah, the saving grace, Mike, right, is just like the mediocrity of this division right now. The one saving grace has also been our pitching. I mean, we're based with this great starting lineup. Logan Gilbert, though, giving up 3 home runs. George Kirby, a rough day on Sunday. George Kirby... What do you think about the pitching staff? Where are we at right now?
It's so funny. I just got off the show, and Jason Churchill was on with us talking. He had some really big concerns about the starting pitching. I don't. I think Brian Wu's had a couple of hiccups, but I still feel very good about him. I think Kirby's actually been very, very good until yesterday. Emerson Hancock obviously has been a major difference maker and one of the reasons we're not that concerned. And I think when Bryce Miller gets back, you'll feel a lot better about things. Ultimately, I do have some concerns about Logan Gilbert. He just has not pitched like himself now for over a year. And for Luis, look, I unabashedly love Luis Castillo, probably more than I should. I think that he brings a lot of important things behind the scenes to the team and to the rotation that don't always get talked about. And I think he's gotten a bit of a bad rap. That being said, if it's me, I would like to see how that stuff plays out of the bullpen. And you need help in your pen. I'm much more concerned about the bullpen than I am about the rotation. I would like to see what it looks like with Luis Castillo trying to get his stuff to play better over a much shorter amount of time, right? Let him pitch the 7th, pitch the 8th, and see if you could actually get some real value for him and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so you don't need to go trade a prospect to go get another leverage arm, which you need.
100% with you on that one, Mike.
Yeah, Emerson Hancock, though, he makes it pretty tough to, he makes a difficult decision, right? Because you have 5-pitcher rotation. That can't last all season.
Well, I mean, and then eventually you're going to get Kate Anderson up here as well, right? I mean, you do have enough starting pitching. It's not been perfect, but you do have enough starting pitching. The offense has to be better than it's been, and I really do think that they are at least 1 arm short in the pen, and we've seen that, right? The moment Brash and or Spire gets hurt, and they've both been hurt here for the last week or so, You're throwing guys in key situations that you really don't want to use in that spot. You have to overuse Bizzardo. You have to overuse, pitchers that you don't want up in a leverage spot. And because of it, you end up probably sticking with your starters longer than you want to as well. And I think we saw that both with Kirby and with Gilbert this week.